Hi everyone, my name is the Soviet Ant and welcome back to a new video of Rise of Nation. So, if it's your first time watching Rise of Nation, I'm going to explain simply what it is. Rise of Nation is a green strategy game on Roblox that gives you the possibility of controlling any nation. But there's a catch. Only the USA, China and Russia are actually strong. The rest can go in hell. So yeah, I'm going to play Russia, reform the USSR, and that's about it. So at first my plan was pretty simple. It was to invade the stands with tanks and Europe with infantry that I get in the start. But it turned a bit wrong, because although the European part went pretty well at first, the stands, there was China. China decided that the stands were to him. So he started to invade Kazakhstan to have titanium, and I started my invasion with tanks. I was able to take about half of Kazakhstan, but it was not enough. I need all of Kazakhstan to form the USSR. So I knew I would have to go to war with China. China, that is the second strongest country in the game, behind the US, because the US has a lot of income, because it's a democracy. Apparently, because for me it's a fascist state that must be destroyed as all capitalist states. Poland decided that it was time to take Lithuania because they saw China, so they said, oh, Russia isn't going to form the USSR. But I'm a bastard, so I'm going to form the USSR, like every good comrade. Iran took Turkmenistan. That was actually pretty funny, because there's nothing in Turkmenistan. I don't know why they did that. By this time, Europe became chaotic. There was France invading Germany and the Netherlands, the USA and Spain, all the chaos you want. There was even Italy trying to form the Roman Empire in its corner. Very weird. I took this chaos and invaded Poland to have Lithuania. The surrender after 3 seconds of the war gave me Lithuania. So that was a very quick invasion that actually, I hope they would say no, I don't surrender, so I could continue the invasion, but I had Lithuania, so it wasn't my problem anymore. Iran took the Caucasus, so I rushed with tanks and infantry through the mountains of Georgia and Armenia to take as much as I could. China decided to justify on me, because I had half of Kazakhstan and a lot of titanium, uranium, chromium. No, it's not chromium. I don't remember the resource to make planes. Aluminium, also, yes, lot of resources. I like Japan, because Japan wants to reform the Japanese empire. Exactly at this time, Xing declared war on me, with Japan being in another war with Xing, so it was a very interesting way of declaring war. So I'm just going to do a quick montage of how the Xen invasion were, and after that I will explain it.
Колки noi, красиво держа строй, и гордо селещат знамена. Компании тобой, и чинною судьбой, мы связаны навек, друг мой, служи здрасти, судено тебе и мне, служи здрасти, удивительной стране, где солнце новое встает на небеси.
First, I started invading the south and Xinjiang because it's a good terrain, not too much mountains, and there was no defense, so I could just walk into China. My comrades did a pretty good job at this one, I must say. But then I launched a massive bomber assault. It was very interesting. But he started invading with the 4,000 tanks. Actually, I killed 4,000 tanks. He had 8,000 at the start. So I was pretty happy with this result, but I'm a noob. So he just walked through Siberia, to the Siberian forest with the gulags. That was pretty sad. He started retreating for no reason. Like, he lost Beijing, but he decided that his troops in Russia should go to Beijing instead of taking his troops in Korea. I think that was a very dumb move, because I could just fight back. So I just walked through Siberia. So I just won the war, and with Japan as my ally, and we did the peace treaty. I gave Taiwan back because he wanted to form the Japanese empire, and I didn't want to go to war now. But it's coming, it's coming. So, declare war on Iran, and like Poland, they surrender. And yeah, the USSR was formed. So, it already had took me 1 hour to make the USSR. Normally I can do it in 10 minutes. But I decided to continue. But before that, here's a quick message from the Supreme Leader. Do you know how many of you comrades are subscribed to this channel? Yes, only 0.0000001% of people are not subscribed. If you are this person, please subscribe. At this point, I decided to start the invasion of the Chinese states that declared independence and march over Europe with the rest of my army. And I started building uranium. The Levant told me he would be my Vietnam. So I decided to show him he wouldn't be my Vietnam. I started a large bombing of his cities, but he made entire air, so I had to pull back. So I made destroyers. I was about to take Constantinople because he started retreating. And after this retreat, I made an aircraft carrier to go to his capital and destroy all of his units. It was a great success. So he scorched all his land and became Vietnam once he left. I prepared a massive invasion of Japan. So I launched an invasion with 10,000 tanks in Vietnam. But they were trained for the jungle, so I guess that was good. And I fought for control in China, so I invaded Manchuria, Korea, Anhui, and Beijing. So after my initial gains, it became like trench warfare, war exhaustion, all those good things. So I lost a lot of stability, even though I had the consumer goods. But I was able to make a big brand landing in Tokyo, so at this point I had won the war. After the surrender of Japan, I had pretty much out of Southeast Asia except Indonesia, and I started making nukes because nukes are good, and I made several more. Now there was only the United States left in the game, so you know what I had to do. I declared war. I declared war to the United States, and I started launching massive amounts of nuke. It was truly great. So I knew New York, Washington DC, San Francisco and Los Angeles, Miami, and Chicago. After that, he just left. He left. He just surrendered. I don't know why. It's maybe because half of his colonies declared independence and all the workers of the United States were freed. Just maybe because of that. This was the Soviet time, and I hope to see you back here soon.